Now time to turn it over to you for tonight's Snapshot of the Week. We kick it off with this great shot of Bob Lane in mid-flight. Kaylee says her dad and cousin finally found 2 feet of fresh powder near Mill Hollow to play in this year. Bob was able to catch some air, and Kaylee says the day couldn't have been any better. Steve and his daughter Angela were having the Boy Scouts over to complete their horsemanship belt loop and decided to make sure their horse Doc was up for the challenge. Angela climbed aboard, and Steve says old Doc did just fine with a bunch of boys. Taylor took his wife Erin on her first ever ice fishing trip back in March, and not only did she hold her own, but she also hooked up on not one, but 2 separate perch doubles. Erin says her only regret is making her first trip on the ice so late, and now has to wait until next year to get after it again. Donnie's kidneys failed after battling diabetes for 46 years, but last year his brother Clinton gave him a new lease on life with one of his own kidneys. Donnie now has plans of getting outdoors with his family and friends this year, and he kicked it off with a pheasant hunt. Donnie says it felt wonderful to be back out again, and he'll never be able to repay his brother for his most precious gift, his life. 6-year-old Jackson started the hunt at 3:30 in the morning with his dad on this year's lion hunt. They found a big track, turned the dogs loose, and ended up chasing this tom for over 4 hours. The dogs finally caught up to him in a hole where friend Tyler dispatched the big tom that ended up 7.5 feet long and weighed 176 pounds. But our winner tonight is passing on his love of the marsh. Earlier this fall, Mike had the opportunity to introduce his son Colton to duck hunting. Colton handled the hunt like a champ, learned how to call, and even helped Dad bag a few birds. That night after the hunt, Mike found Colton asleep with his pajamas on, a camel hat, and his duck call in hand. Dad knew he'd found a hunting partner for life. Well, congrats, guys, on the hunt, and now congrats on our great prize for having the Camp Chef Snapshot of the Week. Remember to submit your pictures and a brief explanation of your latest outdoor adventure online at ksltv.com. The winner each week will win either the new Sherpa camp table and organizer or the 3400 BTU Ranger stove. Portability and power from our friends at Camp Chef.
Proudly supporting your commitment to the outdoors for over 20 years. Camp Chef, it's the way to cook outdoors.
Well,